Okay. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Nod your head and tuck your feet. Make your hands all nice and neat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Hello, my name is Angie, and I am here to share virtual story time with you. I'm the Youth Services Coordinator at the Galax-Carroll Regional Library, and I'm excited to talk to you today about dun 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 dun. Can you take a guess? We're going to talk about penguins today. The weather's turning a little cold outside. It made me think of those penguins slip sliding around in the snow. So I thought we would start off by learning a little bit more about penguins. So I went to the shelves of the library, like I do when I want to learn something new, and I picked up this book. It's called Penguins, and there's a penguin parent and a penguin baby. Maybe that's a mama or a papa. I don't know. Can't tell. What are penguins? It says. Well, penguins may not look like other birds, but they are birds. And like other birds, penguins are covered in feathers. And like other birds, penguin babies hatch from eggs. Now, there are all sorts of different kinds of penguins, and they can be found in lots of different places all over the world. Let's learn about a penguin's body, because they're really interesting. They really don't look like other birds, do they? So a penguin, they have a really poor sense of smell. They can't smell very well. Scientists think that penguins can see better underwater than they can on the ground. So penguins swim a lot. That's where they find a lot of their food. And when they're swimming, they can see better underwater than they can when they're on the ground. Now, have you ever been swimming in a swimming pool? Have you ever gone under the water and opened your eyes? I've tried it a few times. It hurts my eyes, but I also cannot see at all. How about you? Can you see? Have you tried doing that before? Whoa, penguins, they can see really well. Penguins' smooth, streamlined body helps them travel quick through the water. Most birds have hollow bones. Their bones are empty in the middle. They're just full of air in the middle to make them light so that they can fly better. But penguins aren't like that. Penguins have solid bones that help them dive deep into the water. A penguin has a razor-sharp beak that it uses to fight off its enemies. And a penguin's tongue has fleshy spikes on either side of it to help them hold on to that slippery fish that they're trying to eat. And long, long ago, penguins' flippers were thought to be wings, but they've evolved to be flippers so that they can swim better in the water. So now we know a little bit more about penguins. Let's read our first story. It's called The Cute Penguin. This story is so funny. Oh my goodness, I think you're going to love it. The Cute Penguin, written by Gabriel Evans. The pictures are by Gabriel Evans too. And the penguin, as we shall see. Now, there's the penguin drawing a picture. Oh my goodness. Once there was a sketchbook jam-packed with cute animals. Do you have a book at home that you draw pictures in, that you like to draw pictures of animals or balloons or cars or things like that? Do you have a sketchbook at home? All right, well, here's a sketchbook. It has all kinds of cute animals in it. On page 4 was a drawing of a penguin. Isn't that a cute penguin? It was the cutest picture of a penguin ever. It had cute eyes and a cute little beak. and cute flippers. He knew he was cute, and it drove him mad. He looks kind of mad in that picture, doesn't he? But also cute. He'd seen a picture of a real penguin before, and he looked nothing like it. What do you think? Does the picture of the real penguin look like the picture of the cute penguin? What's the same about these two pictures? Well, what I think is the same is that the real penguin does have black flippers and a black back, and the cute penguin has black flippers and a black back. And the real penguin has a white belly, and the cute penguin has a white belly too. They both have beaks. That's about it though. What do you think? Yeah, they don't really look a lot alike at all. He was too cute. It was a cuteness conundrum. Do you know what the word conundrum means? Say it after me. Conundrum. Very good. And a conundrum is a confusing or difficult question or situation. So this is a confusing and difficult situation for this penguin. He's cute and he doesn't like it. He had enough. Something needed to be done. So off he set through the sketchbook. So our penguin is going to flip through the pages of the sketchbook. On page 10, he saw a drawing of an owl. The owl had long eyelashes and fluffy cheek feathers. It's ridiculous how cutely we've been drawn, said the penguin. The owl blinked adorably, but said nothing. So the penguin waddled on. You know how penguins walk? They kind of waddle back and forth from side to side. He stopped at a cute cat on page 12. That is a really cute cat. We must find a way to be drawn with minimal cuteness, said the penguin. The cat said, purr. Snap out of it, said the penguin. This penguin is really angry about being cute. He marched up to a cute bear on page 14. You look nothing like a real bear. Where are your big fangs and your claws? Well, the bear pretended not to hear. On page 16 swam a blue whale. You're too small and cute to be a blue whale, the penguin said. And the whale just ignored him. What is wrong with everyone? We're too cute! Boy, he does seem really mad, doesn't he? He does not like being cute. Then the penguin had an idea. What do you think the idea is? What's the penguin gonna do? Let's find out. This will solve everything, thought the penguin. I'll redraw myself. So there's the penguin holding a pencil. What do you think's going to happen? Oh, whoops. Nope, that's not quite right. Well, I'll come back to that part. Ah! Once there was a sketchbook full of cute animal drawings. And one cute ball of fuzz. Oh my goodness, now it looks like the penguin's trying to erase himself now. He's trying to erase the big mess that he made. The end, and now we've got here at the very end of the book, this is the penguin is drawing these penguins. What do you think? Is he doing a good job? They're not the worst penguins I've ever seen. That is such a good book, The Cute Penguin. He didn't like being cute, did he? Well, let's sing a song about a cute penguin. This cute penguin is right behind me. And the song is called The Penguin Went Over the Iceberg. And the words just repeat themselves, so please join in with me whenever you catch on. It goes like this. The penguin went over the iceberg, the penguin went over the iceberg, the penguin went over the iceberg to see what he could see, to see what he could see, to see what he could see. The penguin went over the iceberg, the penguin went over the iceberg, the penguin went over the iceberg to see what he could see. And all that he could see, and all that he could see was the other side of the iceberg, the other side of the iceberg, the other side of the iceberg was all that he could see. Penguins, they're so cute and so funny. Thank you for singing along with me on that one. Okay, our next story is called Be Brave, Little Penguin. And this is a story about a little penguin who's afraid to try something. Have you ever been afraid to try something new? What was it that you were afraid to try? Were you afraid to try a new food? Or afraid to try to do something? Maybe you didn't like the thought of swimming. Or maybe you didn't know how to draw a penguin and you were afraid to try. Let's read and see what this little penguin learns to be brave about. It's written by Giles Andre, and the pictures were drawn by Guy Parker Reese. In the cold Arctic sunshine, where the icy ocean ends, lived a family of penguins with all their penguin friends. There were fat ones and thin ones. There were penguins short and tall, but little penguin Pip-Pip was the smallest one of all. And while the other penguins were out swimming wild and free, little Pip-Pip played alone, too frightened of the sea. Names like Scaredy Pip-Pip echoed in his ears. He was sad and he was lonely, but he couldn't show his tears. "What's the matter, Pip-Pip?" said his daddy one fine day. "You can't be scared of water. What a silly thing to say." "Be gentle," said his mommy, taking Pip-Pip by the hand. "We all have certain fears that might be hard to understand. Come on, little Pip-Pip, dip your toes in here just so. The water's calm and still now. You can do it nice and slow." Pip-Pip's mom's being very encouraging of him, isn't she? It's good. "But what if the water's freezing? Mommy, what if I get in and it's just too dark and deep for me? And what if I can't swim? And what if there are monsters who smell me from their den and they slither up and eat me and I'm never seen again?" Pip-Pip is really scared of the water, isn't he? "I understand, little one," said his mommy with a kiss. "But Pip-Pip, what if now you try to think of it like this? What if in that water there are friends for you to meet? And what if it is light and warm and full of treats to eat?" So Mom's trying to get Pip-Pip to think about something scary in a different way. "Take my hand, little one. Don't worry. I'm right here. Please trust me, little Pip-Pip. Be brave and never fear." Slowly, Pip-Pip made his way toward the water's edge. He stared down at the ocean from the slippery, icy edge. Then he looked back at his mommy, and as his small heart thumped, he closed his eyes, held his breath, and little Pip-Pip jumped! Splash! Pip-Pip made it into the water. For a while, his mommy waited. Then she cried out, "Something's wrong! Pip-Pip, please, where are you? You've been under way too long." So Pip-Pip stayed under the water, and his mommy got worried about him. She leaped into the ocean, diving deep into the blue. Then suddenly, from nowhere, came a little voice. She knew. Mommy, over here. Hey, Mommy, look at me. I'm swimming, Mommy, swimming. Look, I'm swimming. Can you see? She turned in spinning circles through the water, bright and clean, swam Pip-Pip with the biggest smile the world has ever seen. And as she watched her little one right there before her eyes, he burst up through the surface and he soared into the skies. Woohoo! Cried little Pip-Pip. Look, Mommy, I can fly. It's really not that tricky. You should try it, Mommy. Try. Oh, Pip-Pip, laughed his mommy, and she watched him with a grin. I don't know about flying, but oh my, you've learned to swim. Then his friends all gathered round as Pip-Pip landed with a bump and said, sometimes all you have to do is just be brave and jump. The end. Oh, Pip-Pip, he was so brave. He was afraid of the water. He thought there were monsters in there and that it was going to be so cold. But then once he tried, he loved it. So I think that's a good thing to keep in mind the next time that you're feeling scared to try something new. Try to think about Pip-Pip the penguin and how much fun he had once he jumped into the water. Well, next I have a little felt board story for you about a little girl, and her name is Pippa, kind of like Pip-Pip. Well, Pippa loved to go to the zoo and look at all of the different animals. She loved to look at the elephants and the lions and the tigers, but her favorite animal to go visit at the zoo were the penguins. So one day, Pippa and her grandmother decided to go to the zoo, and they went and they saw all the other animals, but at the very end, they were able to see the penguins, and Pippa was so excited about getting to see the penguins at the zoo. Oh, I'll drop that down there. So on the way home, Pippa's Nana said, "Would you like a penguin, Pippa?" And Pippa said, "Yes, please." Nana said, "I think that I have got some fabric at home that I can sew into a penguin for you. And how about a penguin made from this?" Pippa said, "Nana, penguins aren't blue." How silly of Nana. Well, Nana kept digging through her fabric scraps, and she said, how about a penguin in your favorite color, Pippa?" Yellow. And Pippa said, "Nana, penguins aren't yellow, they're black and white." Well, Nana kept digging around in her fabric scraps, and she said, "You know, this is just a pretend penguin. How about a really bright penguin? How about a red penguin?" And Pippa said, "Nana, penguins aren't red. Penguins are black and white." Nana kept digging around, and she scratched her head, and she said, "How about a penguin that's made from scraps of your favorite purple dress?" Pippa said, "Nana, penguins aren't purple. Penguins are black and white." Nana dug around a little more. She said, "I suppose you wouldn't want a green penguin or an orange penguin, would you?" And Pippa said, "Nana, penguins aren't green or orange. Penguins are black and white." Nana said, "Well, here we are at your house. I'm going to drop you off, but the next time I come visit, I'm going to have a penguin for you, okay?" Pippa said, okay. So then Nana went home, and she worked on a penguin, and then she went over to Pippa's house and said, "Pippa, I have a surprise for you. Close your eyes and hold out your hand." And Pippa said, is it a penguin? Is it black and white? So Nana put this penguin into Pippa's hands and said, yes, it's a penguin and it is black and white. Can you see that? The polka dots on the penguin. Pippa's Nana, she was funny, wasn't she? Oh my goodness, so funny. All right, well, to wrap up our special penguin story time today, I thought I would show you some pictures of penguins from this beautiful book that we have here at the Galax Library, and it's called Penguins. I didn't realize that there were so many different kinds of penguins, so I wanted to show you some pictures. So here's a penguin, and this is a baby penguin just after it's born, sitting on a big penguin's feet. It hasn't even grown its feathers yet. I thought that was a really cool looking picture. And now we have a picture of a bunch of penguins, and they all look like they're soaking up the sun. They must be cold, and I just imagine that they're in a really, really cold place with lots of snow on the ground, and the sun came out, and they all closed their eyes and tilted their head back so they could soak up the sun. Here's a picture. This one's funny. Here's a bunch of penguins, and they look like they're angry, don't they? Because of the color of the feathers over top of their eyes, it makes them look like they're kind of mad. And they look like they're stomping towards someone, like they're going to pick a fight or something. I love that picture. And we've got just a couple more before we finish up. This one's so funny. This is a couple of baby penguins. This penguin, it looks like it's just born. It still has all of its fluff. And then here's one that's a little bit older that's grown its feathers in. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Penguins are so funny looking. And here's one last one. I thought this was cool. These penguins are called chin strap penguins. Why do you think they're called chin strap penguins? It looks like their feathers have a tiny black line that looks like it goes right under their chin. That's why I think they're called chin strap penguins, because they've got these little feathers that are black. They're growing underneath of their chins. And those are their babies. They're pretty cute, huh? Well, thank you so much for joining me for a special penguin story time. I hope you're doing well, and maybe you'll try something new that you're scared of. Maybe you'll draw some pictures of a penguin in one of your sketchbooks. Maybe you'll even sew yourself a black and white penguin like Nana did. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for sitting. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming here today. Now that story time is over, hope you have a lovely day. Bye. I'll see you next week.